game, make a game, what's a game, what's a game? I'm a Kamen Rider.
Call Mega Man the Blue Bomber because he's blue!
Wow, this commercial is so deep. Now, where have I heard this before? I can't. Brat, micro, trained, maze, lab, system, what? And in America, it sold over 22,000 cabinets, making over $46 million, which amounts to nearly $150 million when adjusted for inflation. Unintentional puns are the best. I regret everything. Yeah, it's a sci-fi shooter, and it takes place in the same universe as Dig Dug, if you can believe that. And as if that weren't enough, those games take place in the same universe as the Galaxian games. Yeah, I told you we were digging into a deeper rabbit hole here. Ask Devil May Cry fans what the black sheep of the series is, and most of them will probably answer, "Fuck you." Okay, we've beaten that dead horse long enough. Okay, so what's next? Oh dear. Hello, Hell Weather Service, this is Adam. You may want to issue a severe cold warning. I'm about to say something nice about Mighty No 9. And eventually, you find out what's controlling the remaining baddies on the ship, and I'm gonna disassemble your molecules! Wow, this is a deep cut. I think I might replace my knot sensor for this one. Let me try something. Okay, that works. And there were a lot more of those levels. 20 in all, for a total of 80 rounds, plus 20 additional expert rounds. Except she can't regain her full power until you complete a paralogue, which basically amounts to
No one gets inside our circle! No one gets inside! No one gets inside!
I mean, making a list about dragons without including the most iconic dragon protagonist of all time?
This is blasphemy! This is madness!
I miss my Dragon Family tales. I miss them a lot. It's funny how Capcom Fighting Collection 2 was announced before the Marvel Collection even released, but I guess Capcom loved how they turned Maximilian into a soprano for about a minute, so they did it again. And there's some real gems in this collection. And Capcom Fighting Evolution, but I guess they needed something to fill that last slot. Imagine, a fighting game featuring characters like Luke, Han Solo, Darth Vader. That would have been the Wampa's niece. Oh wait, we eventually did get a Star Wars fighting game on PlayStation, and Masters of Terraskazi was a disaster rivaling the rise of Skywalker. From mundane effects such as extended weapon range or increased speed, to more unique ones like stopping time or changing size, to bonkers ones like whack-a-mole. Wait, hold on. A pocket dimension where the user gains special abilities. Why does that sound familiar? Just can't put my finger on it. Maybe if I take some time to expand my domain of knowledge, I'll figure it out. Anyways, allow me to start by saying, yes, this is, in fact, a JoJo reference. But Noctis would have been a better fit for Soul Calibur. But with Tekken 8, surely they won't make that mistake again, right? Live Respect! Okay, that's 2 strikes. Soul Calibur, get ready to steal! Introduce legendary characters from one of my favorite franchises into your crossover game, and my head will snap in your direction so fast you'll think it was the crack of the vampire killer. Oh wait, the entity took Trevor's whip. Oh dear, what's he gonna do now, try to fight Dracula with his fists?
You must be the Belmont.
I've strung my bow for the what, sharpened my sword for the who, now for the why. The armory's open, everybody! Here's the sitch. Geese and Bison have struck a deal to use a fighting tournament as cover to lure in fighters so that they can use them to create an army in order to, you guessed it, take over the world.
Of course!
Or you could just try your hands at the more traditional AC-ism, but maybe porting this to the GameCube in the first place wasn't the best idea. I mean, you look at this controller and tell me that it was made for traditional 2D fighting games. Unfortunately, there's one little problem standing in his way.
Open Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, meet Oscar, Angelo, Jacques, and Zorba, the most anti-fun chefs that ever slipped on an apron. Next, there was Cavity, a game mode where you start with bouncing one ball, but the playfield has 2 more balls bouncing around in holes in the playfield.
Only, it doesn't make a bit of difference, guys. The balls are inert.
And if things get really dicey, there's one last Hail Mary, the hyperspace button, which will warp you to a random spot on the screen. Of course, Hail Marys are risky for a reason, but how does it do the job? Well, that's what we're here to... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Looks like the ghosts got into my emulator. Shortly after the body bag section, you encounter the first mini-boss, a mad doctor who wants to perform surgery on you, without anesthesia.
Yeah, I don't think my insurance covers that.
And now our destination is in sight. And we crash land into it to the surprise of nobody, insert Mr. Krabs face and Joseph Joestar face for good measure. Blasting through Wily's robot masters, invading his brand new castle, and finally cornering the dock only to learn he's actually an alien! Oh, wait, no, it was only a hologram. Well-designed throwback levels, awesome new abilities, crazy boss fights, and an actually solid story which forced Shadow to confront his past in contrast to Sonic's story celebrating his. And of course, that means...
Hey, what's up? It's me!
Stop! At first, players wonder what the big deal is. Yeah, they're causing trouble, but Andros caused trouble and we rocked his block. I don't see how much worse they could be than that.
You cannot resist us. You will join us.
Okay, Andros never did that.
They even had unique names which were conveyed to you with each warning, even if the names were weird, like King Fossil, Fatty Glutton, and Great Thing? Gee, could you be more generic than that? Which brings us to G Darius. So does the G stand for Great, or Generation, or Gee Whiz, why can't they come up with more normal titles for all these games? This revision added 4 more ships to select, a more difficult original EX mode, and event mode in which players could compete for high scores in limited time events, making this an element of life service games.
I'm the Quarter Guy, and until next time, the arcade is closed.